In this video, we will cover printing out checks. We will go to Printout, Checks, and part of the process of printing out checks is that in advance of doing this, we actually need an electronic copy of your check so that we can do a little bit of work on our end to adjust the location of the various information fields to line up with your check. While there are standard check formats, it does seem that the spacings and positionings are a little bit different, so it requires a little bit of customization by us at this end. So once we have that taken care of and we've formatted for your check layouts, then you can come here. Obviously, you'd have your printer loaded up with the checks, and we can obviously we would select the Rodeo. You can decide which check number you want to begin with printing. If you have an adjustment you need to make to the top margin, and this sometimes is needed if you are switching printers, using different types of printers. They seem to handle the printouts of PDFs slightly differently. So we always recommend, if you're using a different printer than usual, test it out by printing a single check, make sure things line up, and then you can continue on with printing in bulk. You can choose also to print a single event, or in most cases you'll be looking at all events. So we have the March Rodeo loaded up here. We have our settings in place. We can scroll down here and we see initially a list of payouts by event and entrant. So this will list each event. You'll see we do have an entrant here that has won money in 2 different events. So we scroll down to the next section, which consolidates that. And so we look up that same member, and now we see payouts in 2 different events and the total adding up to the total of these 2 separate amounts. So this is the information that will actually go on the check. We see their address, we see the amount written out in Word form. And then the next step is to generate this to a PDF. So we have bulk printout options here. If we try to generate too large of a PDF with too many members, too many checks, it just slows things down and it may cause problems. So we've created a range here. In this case, we only need the first range as there's less than 25. So we would click on Generate PDF, checks 1 through 25. We'll see a preview of the checks. We'll see how these position everything into those fields on your check. We'll hit the Generate PDF button. This will create the actual PDF. And we can see in this case that it's one of those full page 3-section check blanks. We have date, we have the amount written in words, we have the amount in numbers, we have the name, we have the address, and then we have the other 2 sections that will be printed below the actual check. And as we scroll down, we'll see we have the same thing for the rest of the members that are being provided checks from this Rodeo. So now with your blank checks loaded up in the printer, you would simply hit the print button and crank them out onto the check. Again, we recommend to do a test print to make sure you're properly aligned. So just print the first check. You can select that in your printout options to print only page 1 and make sure that comes out properly. And then you continue on with page 2 to the end after that.